You have an opportunity that brands haven't had since 2020. Every few years, a new ad platform is launched. Google in 2003, Facebook in 2010, and TikTok in 2020. The brands that moved early built advantages that took their competitors years to close. This is that moment. ChatGPT just launched their self-serve ad platform with no minimum spend and turned on cost per click bidding. Think about this. ChatGPT has hundreds of millions of weekly active users. Billions of prompts are processed every day. It's one of the top 5 most visited sites on the internet. And unlike Google or Meta, this platform doesn't go to the highest bidder. ChatGPT rewards the brands that have done the work, which means a smaller brand with the right foundation can outperform a major competitor here right now. So in this video, I'm walking you through exactly how ChatGPT ads work, how to buy them, and how to launch your first campaign without draining your budget or ruining your brand's reputation. Quick thing before we get into it. No other ChatGPT ads tutorial is going to give you what's in the description of this video. A full guide, 100 prompts, and a content checklist built specifically for what we're about to go through. It's free and linked below, so grab it if you want to master ChatGPT ads early in the game. All right, let's dive into it. Back in January 2026, we saw the headline. OpenAI confirmed ad testing was underway in the US. At that point, most people dismissed it. Typical beta might not go anywhere. But what happened over the last few months moved faster than almost anything I've ever seen in this industry. When ads went live, the first companies to give it a try were not startups experimenting with a new channel, but major advertisers with real budget. Then OpenAI brought in a 12-year Meta ads veteran, someone who ran global clients and agencies. That's not a hire you make for a side project. That's a hire you make when advertising is becoming a core business function. 6 weeks after launch, the US pilot had already crossed $100 million in annualized revenue, with over 600 advertisers in the program. And when asked if they wanted to continue, 80% said yes. So then they opened up the self-serve ads manager to every US business, dropped minimum spend entirely, and introduced cost per click bidding, making this a realistic advertising platform for smaller businesses on a budget. Not long after that, and we're talking days here, they expanded internationally. The UK, Japan, South Korea, Brazil, Mexico. And when you look at where OpenAI has publicly said they're taking this, that's not a small trajectory. So yeah, over the course of the last 5 months, OpenAI went from press release through testing to expecting a $100 billion model in the next 4 years. And that's exactly why you need to pay attention. These ads, they're unlike anything you've ever run before. ChatGPT ads are a different format entirely. Here's how it works. Basically, as users ask ChatGPT questions related to your industry, your ad appears right below it. Tinted, clearly labeled as sponsored, and physically separated from the AI's response. ChatGPT answers the question, your ad sits underneath. Same screen, same conversation. Important note here, ads never appear in conversations about politics, health, or mental health, and they're never shown to users under 18. As of right now, there are 3 ad formats available. The first one is sponsored answer placement. Your brand name, a short headline, a 1-line description, and a click through to your site. Then we've got shopping carousel, a scrollable row of sponsored product cards at the bottom of the conversation. Brand, product name, price, stock status, and delivery time. The user scrolls through and clicks through to your site. And a third is still in testing at the time of filming this video. Larger image with a customizable CTA button. Those are the 3 formats we have so far. But as we just talked about, the platform is being built in real time and fast. The format options are only gonna grow. When it comes to targeting, there are no keyword lists, no audience uploads. ChatGPT targets based on the conversation the user's in right now, the question they just asked, the context they're in, and optional personalization from their chat history and memory. Advertisers never see any of that chat content, and OpenAI handles all targeting decisions. One more thing worth knowing here, users have full control. They can hide your ad, turn off personalization, clear their ad history, or upgrade to a paid plan and never see ads at all. So basically, with a ChatGPT ad, you're reaching someone mid-thought, not mid-scroll. That's a fundamentally different intent signal. The average ChatGPT prompt is 17 times longer than the average Google search. These are not casual browsers. They're people deciding in live time. ChatGPT controls the delivery, but you still own the message. Which brings us to the most important thing you need to have in place before you spend a single dollar on any of this. Here's something most ChatGPT ads tutorial are not gonna tell you. ChatGPT advertising and ChatGPT organic, they're not separate channels. They work together, or potentially they can work against each other, which is what we don't want. It all comes down to AEO, answer engine optimization. structuring your content so AI engines like ChatGPT cite you organically in their answers. When your brand shows up organically in a ChatGPT answer and as a sponsored placement on the same query, you own twice the real estate. But you have to earn the organic spot first. You can't buy your way there. Leads coming through AEO traffic convert at 3 times the rate of traditional search. The organic foundation is not optional. It's what makes the paid layer work. And 87.4% of all AI referral traffic comes from ChatGPT, more than Gemini, Copilot, Perplexity, and every other AI engine combined. If you're building for any AI platform right now, you start here. That's where your AEO score comes in. Once you grab the free HubSpot AEO grader link below and put in a few inputs about your brand or business, you get a score with useful insights. That should actually be your starting point. And here's how to read it quickly. There are 5 dimensions. Start with your ChatGPT score first. Brand recognition. Do AI models even know your brand exists? A low score here means you're invisible. Market score. Are you being positioned correctly for your category? Presence quality. Is your content structured well enough to be cited? This is the one that most brands can fix the fastest. Brand sentiment. When AI mentions you, is it positive, neutral, or qualified? And share of voice. How often are you mentioned compared to the competitors for the same query? You can see here that HubSpot's share of voice score on ChatGPT came back pretty low. HubSpot, one of the most recognizable marketing brands in the world. 5 out of 10. If that gap exists for HubSpot, it almost certainly exists for your brand too. Find your lowest dimension, that's your first fix. I've linked a video in the description below that walks you through exactly what to do for each dimension. But right now, you have your baseline, and that's what matters before you spend anything on ads. Once you get your AEO foundation right, your ads will do the rest. Earlier in the video, I said this platform rewards brands that do the work over the ones with the biggest budget. Let me show you exactly why that's true. OpenAI built this around 4 publicly stated principles, and every single one of them is the reason a smaller brand with the right approach can outperform a major competitor on this channel right now. Principle 1, answer independence. OpenAI will not accept payment to influence the organic answers. On Google, the top spot often goes to the highest bidder. On ChatGPT, a brand with better content can outrank a competitor with 10 times the budget. The organic recommendation has to be earned. Principle 2, conversation privacy. Advertisers never see chat content, not the question, not the history, and not the memory, which means big brands cannot use their first-party data advantage here. You map intent patterns, OpenAI does the targeting. Everyone starts from the same place. Principle 3, choice and control. Users can dismiss your ad, turn off personalization, or go fully ad-free. A generic ad from a major brand gets dismissed just as fast as a bad ad from a small one. Relevance wins here. Principle 4, long-term value. 85% of users are eligible to see ads. Fewer than 20% see one on any given day. Ads are served sparingly by design, which means a small test budget can go further here than it ever would on Google or Meta. You don't need to outspend anyone. You need to outthink them. 4 principles, and every single one of them points to the same conclusion. This platform rewards brands that have done the work, not the ones with the biggest spend. So now you know what this platform is, how it works, and what makes it completely different from anything you've run before. The next question is, how do you actually get in? There are 3 ways to get your campaigns live right now. Which one is yours depends on your team and your budget. Path 1 is the self-serve ads manager. This is the one most of you watching are going to use, but it's only available to you as businesses at the time of filming this video. There's no minimum spend, so you can start with whatever budget makes sense for a test. CPC and CPM bidding are both available, and the OpenAI Conversion Pixel and Conversions API are already live, so you can track what's working from day 1. Path 2 is through agency partners. This is the route for enterprise brands running large budgets across multiple channels. You work directly with one of OpenAI's confirmed agency partners. They handle the buy, you handle the strategy. Path 3 is ad tech platforms. If you're already running paid media through a programmatic platform, you may already have access to one of OpenAI's confirmed ad tech partners. They handle the bidding, budgeting, and creative. OpenAI still controls all delivery decisions. For most of you watching this, Path 1 is your starting point. So let's walk through exactly how to launch your first campaign. There are just 5 steps to launching a live campaign. Before you spend a single dollar on ChatGPT ads, you need to answer one question. How is ChatGPT describing your brand right now? Because remember, ChatGPT ads appear right below the organic answer. Same screen, same conversation. If ChatGPT already recommends your brand organically, your ad reinforces that. It feels like a trusted recommendation. But if ChatGPT has never mentioned you, your ad lands like an intrusion. Users dismiss it, and you've wasted budget before the campaign even had a chance. Step 1. Check your AEO baseline. Open ChatGPT, type in the questions your customers actually ask before they decide to buy. Note which brands show up in the answers. If yours is not one of them, fixing that is your priority before you spend anything. The ChatGPT at Work bundle linked below has prompts built exactly for this. Prompt 24 is specifically about competitor and market research. It'll tell you which brands are winning your category and why. Running that AEO grader will also give you a structured visibility score across ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini in 60 seconds, so you know exactly where your brand stands before you spend anything. Step 2. Clean up your product feed. This one is specifically for e-commerce brands. The shopping carousel pulls directly from your Shopify or Etsy feed. Make sure your prices, stock status, images, and descriptions are accurate and up to date. If they're not, your ad campaign will underdeliver before it even starts. Step 3. Set up the Ads Manager. Head to ads.openai.com and sign up. Account setup takes about 10 to 15 minutes. You verify your business, add payment, and agree to ad policies. OpenAI manually reviews each advertiser, so this can take a little longer in some cases. Then install the OpenAI conversion pixel. This is delivered directly through OpenAI. You cannot create it yourself. Pixel install takes 15 to 30 minutes if you have access to your site code or a tag manager. Longer if you need a developer. Then connect your conversions API for full funnel tracking. Step 4. Write your ad copy. Forget keywords, map intent patterns. What questions do your customers ask right before they decide to buy? Write copy that answers that question and presents your product as a direct solution. Now here's where it gets very specific. Your headline is 16 characters. Your description is 32. That's less than a text message. Every single word has to earn its place, which actually forces you to do the right thing. There's no room for vague brand language. You have to get specific, so make it useful. It should read like a recommendation, not a pitch. And make sure to get this right from the start because ChatGPT doesn't repeat serve the same ad in a session. Every impression has to land on first viewing. Before you launch, run your copy through the AI content refinement checklist inside the ChatGPT at Work bundle. It'll tell you exactly what to tighten before you spend $1. And by the way, don't just repurpose your display ads. Generic creative dismisses itself out of delivery. OpenAI controls all delivery decisions, and they're focused on relevance. If your ad doesn't feel useful, it will not be served. Step 5. Start with cost per click, not cost per thousand. CPC lets you compare performance directly against your Google and Meta benchmarks. Run a small test budget for 2 to 3 weeks before you scale. That's how long you need before you have enough data to make confident decisions. And don't wait for perfect data before you start. Third-party measurement on this platform is still being built out. You'll be working with proxy metrics for now. The brands testing today will have a data advantage when the measurement tools catch up. That gap compounds. Getting this live is fast. Genuinely, you can have your first campaign running in a couple of hours if everything is in place, but getting it to perform is the work. Launch is a button, performance is the strategy, which is exactly why you have to be actively working on your AEO score while your ads are running. The stronger your organic presence gets, the better your ads perform. They're not two separate work streams, they compound. Make sure to check out that full AI search tutorial linked at the end of this video, which walks you through exactly what to do based on the gaps in your score. AI-driven traffic now converts 42% better than non-AI traffic. A year ago, it was 38% worse. That's a huge shift in a single year. The brands moving now will compound that advantage. The ones that wait will be buying into a much more crowded auction. Everything you need to put this into practice is in that free ChatGPT at Work bundle and the description. The guide, the 100 prompts, and the content refinement checklist, they're gonna give you an edge before your competitors even know this platform exists. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and let us know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to HubSpot Marketing for weekly tips, tools, and strategies to help you grow your business. My name's Carl. It's been awesome hanging with you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.